What's up, y'all? It's Nate Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, with another Power Book 2 Ghost, Season 4 theory. Let's talk about the connection between Tariq and his big homie, probably the man he loved the most, which is Kanan. And the same mistakes that they both made and the huge major weakness that they both share, which already cost Kanan his life and could cost Tariq everything. And that's not only having too much faith and trust in your loved ones, but having too much faith and trust in your loved ones when they are also a part of the game. It's like what Dude said in season 1 of Raising Kanan, which is everybody is a part of the game. That's the kind of mindset that people are supposed to have when you're dealing in the crime underworld, when you're dealing with drugs, right? Now, the similarities between Kanan and Tariq, it's easy to point out when you look at the way Kanan's character is developing on book 3, which is that you've already seen Kanan almost lose it all by the girl who he lost his virginity to. We have yet to see what effect the older woman who he was dealing with and seemed to be falling in love with, and her daughter. We have yet to see the major negative consequence that his association with them is going to have. And above all of that, we've already seen him believe everything his mother said up to a certain point. And now he's very skeptical, but by the end of season 2, you see him pretty much, he knows his mother's a liar, but he's accepting it anyway because he loves his mother and wants to protect her, right? And we do not see what direction that's going to take. So clearly, both Kanan and Tariq have hard lessons to learn. You know, Kanan, by the time OG Power, Kanan already learned a lot of these lessons, you know. Just like when he was talking to Sean and he said, you know, there's nothing more dangerous than a chick that knows she bad. And I'm paraphrasing. If y'all know the exact statement and YouTube will allow you to say it in the comment section, go ahead and say it. But that's a line that I don't believe Kanan ever told to Tariq. And Tariq is learning the harsh reality of it right now, you know, being that in his short criminal career, right? Because when did all of this really start to happen? About 15 years old. He's only about 19, 20 right now. Within his short career within the streets, he done got crossed up by Diana 2-3 times. Crossed up by Effie 2-3 times. The girl he lost his virginity to, he got crossed up. And it also led to his twin sister, Raina, having her life taken away from her, which is something that we still have never seen Tariq really have that talk with himself and really hold himself accountable for that. You know, he still hasn't truly mentally atoned for that. Yes, he got revenge. He got revenge on Ray Ray, but he has not personally dealt with that situation. He's never sat down to deal with that. And you know, these are mistakes that Kanan made early on that they've revealed to us. He's going to continue to make more mistakes. We're going to see him fall victim to some more of Raquel's lies in book 3. We're going to see him get fooled by a jukebox at some point. These are things that we're going to see. We are going to see him get mixed up with women and fall victim to that. And we've seen it happen to Tariq 6-7 times already, right? And they both have this weakness. And you see, as someone who used to be involved in the street, even though I wasn't, you know, like a drug lord or nothing, drug dealing wasn't really my thing. My thing was really beating people up and robbing people. I'm not proud of it, but that's just what my niche was in the streets. But when it comes to drug dealing, and when it comes to trying to really come up in the streets, there's a bit of strength and power and more certainty that comes with not having so many family members close to you. For example, right? Tommy benefited from just having Ghost and just having his mother, Kate Egan, who never betrayed him for real, never put him in a position to go to jail, right? She's all he had. But you see, when OG Power got around the 4th, 5th season and Tommy started hanging out with his father, he started getting emotional. He started making mistakes. Now, at some point, Tommy's father could have easily nailed him and Ghost if Ghost wasn't on him about it and Ghost didn't manipulate the situation. Tommy could have easily fell victim, and even if he didn't go down because he was favored by his father, Ghost would have went down, would have brought down the whole entire organization. There's power, there's strength, and more certainty. There's less mistakes to be made when you're someone like Ghost, who by the time you make it big and by the time you gain a mass amount of control, by the time you start running Truth nightclub, your father's already dead. Your mother's gone. Your mother left you at a young age. You have no idea where she's at. She's not involved. All you have is Tasha, your children, who are too young to betray you, right? And they know nothing about what you really do. And all he had was Tommy, who Tommy was 100%, 150% loyal to Ghost at all times, unless he felt like, he was being disrespected by Ghost in some way, or lied to by Ghost in some kind of way. So there's less people around to screw him over, right? Kanan ended up losing his life and being crossed over by Tariq, who was manipulated by the #1 woman in this world that he loved, and also Angela, when they came together to get Tariq to snitch and cooperate with the police. A lot of people forget that Tariq was already a rat before Ghost started. So him snitching on the Russians, that's the second time he ratted, right? But he has so much love and belief in Tariq because he just wanted to have some family close to him, and he admired who Tariq was, and he felt like Tariq was more of a lethal savage than Ghost was. He put so much trust and faith in Tariq, right? The only person left in the world who he loved, that he didn't see Tariq coming. He ruled out the possibility that the women in Tariq's life may want to have a hand in ending him in order to protect their own hides. And this is a mistake that they show Kanan making all the way in the beginning, that he didn't all the way shake off. And we see Tariq making the same exact mistakes right now, which is a problem. You got to understand, they're overlooking everyone who's in the game. And at the rate that we're going, if Cash or Elisa Marie, he may be able to see or expect it coming more from Elisa Marie. But if Tasha's already gone and Cash finds out about, what happened to his mom and how Tasha did it, and he wants to take out Tasha, but Tasha's not available, the next best thing he can do is take out Tariq. And Tariq will not see that coming unless he learns the lessons that he's supposed to learn right now. Because Cash, the way things are going, could easily end up taking out Tariq on an even more savage level, but Tariq will still not see it coming the same way he got Kanan. These things can happen. These things can definitely happen, When it comes to being in the streets, there's power in not having so many people tied to you. There's power in not having so much family, because your family will do you the filthiest. We already have all the proof in the world from power. All the proof in the world. Tommy's own father gone from his whole life just to come back and try to screw him up. You got Tariq, who ended up shooting his father. If we want to relate to real life, in the hood where I come from, right? 161st Street, Park Avenue, Colin Avenue, in the Bronx, New York. In the generation before me and the generation that I'm in, there's two sets of brothers, right? Blood brothers. Same mom in one situation, same mother and dad on another situation. Now in the older situation, the older brother snitched on the younger brother to get less time. They're both home now. Nobody's gonna do nothing to the brother that snitched because he was like the hitman on the block. He was putting in the most pain. So when he was in jail, he wasn't even in PC. He was still living, doing his thing, bidding comfortably, right? Now, they ain't at odds. They ain't going at each other, but that relationship is ruined. And then in my generation, if you go on Google right now and you Google the Rikers Island Slasher, right? That's my boy. His name is DeAndre. His brother, whose name I'm not going to say because he's a rat, he snitched on him and got DeAndre 40 years when he was about to come home off beating a murder rap, a murder beef. And because his brother was around and you put too much trust in your brother and they know too much information, they can cross you over and screw you over in the future. And that's my opinion of the number one weakness Kanan has that he shares with Tariq, that he never warned Tariq about, that could cost him everything in the future and has already cost him almost everything where we sit now with how the season ended. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this theory. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.